Leonardo da Vinci once said, "Art is never finished, only abandoned."
Central Arts and Humanities Center. Built in 1912, it housed soldiers during World War II. The ceiling skylights were painted over so that planes flying over would not light up the school inside. This building has an auditorium that is reported to have a spirit lurking inside. Children's theaters play here, dancers perform here. This building has been here for a very long time. And tonight, we're going to explore this place thoroughly, and we're going to find out exactly what people are seeing that they don't want to talk about. The stage where performance meets audience. Home to many people, Central School has been here since 1912. It's housed soldiers during World War II. In 1986, the Arts and Humanities Council took over and made it their home. And everything that you see here now is because of them.
In 2020, Hurricane Laura destroyed this building along with the rest of Southwest Louisiana. Recovery efforts have been ongoing. Is it possible that the current construction could have awoken something they weren't ready for?
Built in 1889, this building originally faced Kirkman Street, which is west. It was known as Lake Charles Central High. In 1912, it was taken over by Central School. And in the 1950s, they housed up to 750 students and faculty. In World War II, they housed soldiers in this building. They painted over the skylight that's upstairs on the third floor so that the lights from the planes would not be able to see inside.
Our guestigator of the night, Miss Emily Moreau, had no previous experience with Central School other than in passing. Her only reason for saying yes to be a guestigator on our show was to experience an investigation for herself.
That's cool. So it was built in, we just found out, I thought it was 1912, but it got transferred to Central School in 1912. And then they added on to the building. It was built in 1889. It used to face that road, now it faces this road. So it's a really old building. It's got a lot of history here. They housed World War II soldiers in here.
Oh, okay.
You're
I've
right.
heard from a lot of people that it is a creepy little place.
It's, yeah, so far it's creepy. It's creepy. Walking around, you know, it's creepy and it's big. It's got a lot of space. What made you say yes to doing this? Why are you okay with this?
I think y'all are beautiful at what y'all do. I really do. And I think y'all go about it in a very, not like y'all aren't like creepy about it, like y'all are more like informative, and I want to learn more about this.
About what? About spirits?
Spirits and all y'all's little machines y'all have,
Okay.
and all that stuff. I want to
Okay.
learn the behind the
process.
scenes stuff
Okay.
too, yeah.
All right.
Because I definitely believe the spirits, and they're out there, but I don't think y'all do it like in a negative way. Y'all seem very positive about it. I don't think anything weird's gonna come home with me.
Oh yeah, no, we wouldn't let that happen. Absolutely won't let that happen.
I don't think I've ever personally experienced anything. I think like small children maybe I experienced something as a small child and I just don't remember it.
Okay.
But I think small children are much more in tune
I agree with that.
the spirit world. I think they're pure of heart, so things just come to them naturally.
I agree with
so
that.
Nixon thinks there's stuff at our house.
Do you think there's stuff at your house?
I'm just saying, I believe small children, so maybe there's something at the house. Maybe he sees something I do not. But anytime a small child tells me they see something, I am 100% believing them.
So what if I told you that we've heard stories that they see apparitions on stage? Is that a maybe? You'd be okay, maybe not?
I'll be sweating. I'm sweating.
So how would you feel if I wanted you to sit by yourself in here tonight for a while?
Oh, I think I'm fine with that.
You'd be good with that?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. You know, maybe with an S-Box or something. And
Okay.
see if anybody talks back.
Okay. All right.
The skylight on the 3rd floor is painted over from the outside. It was painted during World War II because they didn't want the planes that were flying over to be able to see inside if planes came here from Japan. So anyway, have you ever heard about the murderer from the train?
Didn't y'all do that? Mm-hmm. Then yes.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks to you. See, you're so informative.
See? There it is. So the train tracks are not too far from here. They're like 3 or 4 blocks over, maybe. So it is possible that if Jack the Ripper actually made it to New York from London, and actually was Jack the Ripper that did the killing spree across the train tracks all through the U.S. and passed through Louisiana, through Lake Charles, and killed that little girl, it's possible that he walked this very ground. That's kind of a cool history possibility, right? Well, I'm glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thanks for saying yes, and thanks for coming to check it out. We'll do an exit interview, and you can tell people if it was fun or not.
Oh, okay.
At this time, Emily was not aware what her energy would bring to the stage.
This was not the only school to house soldiers during World War II. There were 3 other schools in the local area that did the same thing to help out during the war. In 1986, the Arts and Humanities Council took over and made it what it is today. Home to arts, home to dance, home to theater, home to the children's theater. This place has an auditorium that students perform on a regular basis. And it has been around up until Hurricane Laura in 2020. It is now being renovated, and we have an opportunity tonight to come in and investigate and see if what people are saying they have seen on the stage is true.
And after filming Emily's interview, during setup, behind the stage, I saw a man turn and walk up the staircase who was not there.
Hello?
That was really weird. So I described what I saw to the camera.
So when we came down the stairs on the other side from the auditorium, there was a figure here, it looked like a man, and as soon as I rounded the corner, he turned this way and went up the stairs, and it was just like a flash real quick, but there's nobody in here, so we'll see. I hope.
And then I described to Paul what I saw backstage.
There was a guy at the top of these stairs, and it looked like a guy, just for like a brief second, looked at me, and then went up the stairs to the stage. And so I gave chase, and nothing. So, I mean, you know, you see a lot of those, and you can ask Paul, you see a lot of those kind of things that the sad part is it without it on film, without it communicating to you, it's very hard to convince people or to prove to people, right? So, oh, you're crazy. So,
But a lot, I would say most of it is just like, what was that? You know, you see movement or you hear something that's right outside your field of view. For me, that's what's been happening.
Yeah.
And then you go,
Is it always like seeing something, or do you just like feel something too? Like,
And Emily gives her expectations for the night.
Are you excited?
so
Are you nervous?
nobody learned through that.
Do you think you're gonna see a ghost? Do you want to see a ghost?
I would be mad about it.
I think that answers the question.
That doesn't answer the question.
Sure, maybe. Maybe.
How would you feel if you saw one like right now? So one walking right now. How would you feel?
No. I won't know how I feel until I feel it.
That's a fair statement.
It's true. I've never encountered one, so I have nothing to go off of.
You would rather see one with me, Paul, or Morgan, or would you rather be by yourself?
I need the experts.
What Emily brought to the stage was unexpected for all of us.
This building has been reported to be haunted by people acting on stage, soldiers downstairs, and possibly even a poltergeist in the building. Tonight, we're going to find out exactly what's in here. Come join us.
Beginning the night, Josh and Emily travel backstage, where I saw an outline of a man earlier in the night, and they get a hit on the periscope before they even reach their destination.
The static in my shirt. So if it's fluttering like that, that's different. Let's keep going. Is it real? I mean, well, it's not getting static from my shirt from over here. No, yeah. I mean, it's picking up something, but I mean,
And testing to see if it is an electrical box setting off the 360 periscope, they find that is not the case.
no.
Reaching their destination, they begin a burst session immediately.
Emily is holding a device that we call a Periscope 360, and if you are here,
And during this session, while Josh is asking Emily if she would like to ask a question, there is a squeak that is captured on digital recorder that is not captured on camera.
Emily, would you like to ask a question? Okay. All right.
And when they play back the digital recorder, you can see they did not hear it as it happened.
I heard. Did you hear that? A squeak. Was that you? No, that was you that time.
Before, I don't think.
No.
And then you see an orb fly directly out of Josh and away from their location. Was this the entity that was making the unidentified noise? You decide. Watch again in slow motion and let us know what you think.
So, I think that was cool. But I don't know.
And upon a second review, they hear the word yes come out of the digital recorder.
You heard that? That wasn't you. That wasn't you. That was.
I don't even think that was me.
That was you. That was. I'll get goosebumps. The squeak was not us. I didn't hear the squeak.
Right.
I didn't hear the squeak.
Is this entity responding to Emily's presence? You decide.
What was it?
Deciding to try a different tactic and moving to the stage, we use the GS2 laser grid to try and detect an entity that Emily has picked up on the Periscope 360.
It's not picking her up. Come this way. There it is. Nope, stop. Now it's picking her up. Back up. Oh, and her, look. Picking up. GS2 hits and the periscope lighting up at the same time.
Notice how the GS2 picks up Emily and multiple other entities, and the periscope lights up to
Yeah, it
prove
did.
something is around her.
It's like they're
What, there it goes again.
How do you feel? Yeah. You don't feel cold, hot, nothing changed?
Look, can you hold it lower? No, why it's like it picks it up.
Yeah, this is
And
different.
then it locks, and it's not supposed to lock.
And
This
the
is
periscope
like-
continues to indicate a presence around Emily.
This is different.
Could this be the spirits of World War II
Yeah, this is
soldiers
different.
happy to see a living
This is
being
way-
try to communicate? You decide. Deciding to try a new tactic, we gear up the SLS camera and bring it to the stage.
No, but I'm moving. Got her.
And after finding Emily in the screen, something happens that at first we can't explain.
Paul. Come here. It's like hanging on to her.
No, I think it's having a hard time picking her up out of the piano.
Maybe.
What at first appears to be an entity hanging on Emily, we decide in the moment the SLS camera is just having trouble picking her up outside of the piano she's standing next to.
Yeah, I know.
Load of things in the
I just love the way it's.
And getting no further evidence with the SLS camera, Paul decides to bring the thermal imager out. And immediately, the periscope continues to light up around Emily.
It's going off.
But stranger than that is what Paul picks up on the thermal imager.
Hey, Emily, walk to your right. Keep going. Stop right there. Does it feel cold to you right there? It's just interesting because everything's red, but right where y'all are at, right there is a big blue hole.
Notice how the cold spot is on both sides of the group.
Oh, look, there's another one right over there. You go back over here, there's another spot right there. But look, that one on the, see, it won't pick it up. Yeah, okay, there it's picking it up. There's two blue spots. Come over here, you can see Marcus in them, and there's a blue hole right there.
Is this the entity that Emily was picking up on the periscope earlier in the night? You decide. Changing energies, Morgan and myself go downstairs while Josh and Kelly go upstairs and Paul and Emily remain in the auditorium.
Can you make the periscope light up? It's really pretty when it lights up. It's like rainbow bright colors. Show us how you can do it. Touch it.
And receiving no responses to any of our questioning, Josh comes over the radio with an important find.
Can you touch the periscope?
Can I get the periscope or the Ovilus, the classroom, the east side?
Okay, by
I'm sorry. Radio you have dialed is no longer in service. Please send a number.
No, for real.
Please tell us a number or a floor.
Second floor, east side hallway.
This is what was happening upstairs with Josh. While the team did not know his grandmother was a teacher at this school, he was trying to make contact with her.
Mima, are you here? For those of you who are wondering why I'm asking if Mima is here, my grandmother, in which we call Mima, was actually a kindergarten school teacher. First grade school teacher in this very room we're in right now.
Miss Krause.
Miss Krause, are you here? Is there a teacher in here?
I'm right here.
And then,
What grade did you teach? 7th or 2nd? Oh, you hear that?
Yeah.
Was it 2nd
I
or
remember
7th?
7 or 7.
Oh. Attention, attention. Can I get the periscope or the Oculus to classroom east side, please? Alright, so we've got correct, we can call that a correct answer to what grade you're in. And it said either 2nd or 7th.
A couple of times.
Couple times. And then I think it just said the name Wilson.
Wilson like the volleyball?
Correct. Castaway, one of my favorite movies. Yes. And that was also one of the saddest parts of the film.
Son of a bitch.
Wilson, are you in here?
Is that
Yes, that means something there. Did you film that?
I did.
My camera's just going on.
Okay, that was great. Can you do that again?
Wilson.
That's why I like setting it down and leaving it alone, because if something does happen, it's like completely
Not
provable.
broke.
Well, also, it's completely provable. There's nothing electricity around it. There's nothing broken.
Where's we need that other thing. Mima, are you here?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So again, Mima is what I call my mom, which would be my grandmother, who taught 2nd grade, or excuse me, 1st grade. We're pretty sure in the room we're sitting in right now, many years ago. And she loved being a teacher. So much that her daughter was a teacher.
Is there someone in the room with us right now?
You ready? Go.
What's your name?
Did it say Mima? Juanita is her. Juanita, it's almost something like that, but Juanita is my grandfather met his wife, Juanita Krause, when he was in the Navy.
Did it just say Juanita?
I think so.
It sounded like Juanita.
That sounds like Juanita enough.
Is that your name? Is your name Juanita? And this evidence was followed by a series of answers. In Spanish, it sounds like they're saying sí.
So did you teach in this room? Did you teach in a different room? Did you teach in the room across the hall?
Do these responses prove that Josh was able to make contact with his grandmother, Juanita, who was a teacher at this school? You decide. Towards the end of the night, Emily, Paul, and myself remained in the building. Paul and I watched as Emily took the stage alone.
Was the same person from the classroom? Was it someone else from earlier?
Being by herself on stage proved to be extremely useful as she received multiple hits on the periscope.
Is this Dennis? Did you used to go to this school? Is it just one person in here? Are you gonna say anything? Are you a little shy?
Believing this entity to be shy, Emily comes to the conclusion that it could be because it's young.
Are you a teenager? Did you ever teach at this school? Or were you a student?
And one final question gets her another response.
Did you used to play the piano? Maybe.
One final piece of evidence we wanted to share with you was in the auditorium. Myself, Paul, and Emily were at the stage when the door next to the stage closed on its own.
What'd you just say?
I looked up that way because I just had this eerie feeling that I was beating the door to shut. Marcus just walked through there and the door shut.
Watch from the static camera. You can see the door close after I reach Paul at the stage.
What'd you just say?
I looked up that way because I just had this eerie feeling that I was beating the door to shut. Marcus just walked through there and the door shut.
Watch again and let us know what you think.
You heard that one, right? What'd you just say?
I looked up that way because I just had this eerie feeling that I was beating the door to shut.
What'd you just say?
I looked up that way because I just had this eerie feeling that I was beating the door to shut.
Trying to debunk this door, we found no reason for it to shut on its own, having been open all night long up until this point. Central School, Lake Charles, Louisiana. A place for learning, a place to perform. Students, teachers, soldiers, and everything in between. Did we make contact with any of them or all of them? You decide.